Hello everybody and welcome back to the fourth episode of this Let's Play of Star Wars Battlefront 2. So we can see here, Naboo, Imperial Diplomacy, the Queen of Naboo threatens the peace of New Order, she must be silenced. So we do that mission quickly. The Empire flourishing under Emperor Palpatine, elements resist the New Order. Chief among these is the Queen of Naboo, who has sheltered fugitive Jedi.
During the rise of the Empire, the Emperor's home planet of Naboo rapidly established itself as a major irritant. After a number of Naboo's ambassadors were sent home in various states of dismemberment, her newly elected queen broke off diplomatic ties and began exploring military options. Clearly, it was time for a regime change. A change that would be effected by the 501st, now under the direct command of Darth Vader. Our orders were simple: to infiltrate the city, take out their leader, sending a clear signal to other potential troublemakers in the Empire.
So we have to do regime change. As you can see, we're in the Imperial era now. Well, coincidentally, I didn't actually intend this. We've managed to get into the Imperial era for episode 4, and so basically we're following the original trilogy.
Welcome to the capital city of Theed.
Create a
Tonight,
perimeter.
we will be
Right.
performing a radical destabilization of the
Got a new announcer, new weapons.
Their queen. She is heavily guarded in the central plaza by a group of Jedi and an auto turret grid. In order to defeat these defenses,
Okay, the announcers.
we must set up a perimeter around the central plaza and shut down the auto turret grid. Careful, soldier. Your numbers are few, and the mission's success rests on your shoulders.
Okay, after that fairly long-winded briefing, as you can see, new weapons as well. The traditional one from the original trilogy. Oh, just killed one of our own guys. To be fair, he did run in front. I'm a bit split on this. I hadn't played Battlefront 2 in a while, so I was sort of going by memory. But I'd always remembered this being pretty inaccurate, well, to like it had been in the films. But so because it's extremely fast firing, this does still seem to pack quite a punch. I mean, I still prefer the rifle the Republic have. It always reminds me of, like, I don't know, one of those old rifles from the First World War before, like for engaging over long distances. While
Watch out, soldier.
this one always reminds me of
Keep you and your men out
oh,
of
we've
the
got to keep
central
away from there.
plaza
Forgot.
until we can find a way to shut down the
But as I was saying, this one always reminds me more of a well, yeah, more of a submachine gun. It's actually based on a submachine gun, the Sterling submachine gun, I believe. It's obviously a lot shorter range weapon, which I suppose could represent what the Stormtroopers are doing. They're not really fighting on huge battlefields anymore, and they need a long rifle for long range. Sorry, but you know, I'm going to the more the role we see them in the original trilogy. I couldn't get my words out. But they're sort of going after rebels and stuff, which probably more urban areas where they just need to fight fast and cause a lot of damage. I'm gonna go as a dark trooper. I think these are actually meant to be droids, unless I'm mistaken. It's a bit odd that they go for droids after spending a whole war fighting them, but there you go. Unfortunately, you can't control where the electric charge from this goes. As you see then, we just... Oh, well done. As you can see then, we fired it, hit an enemy troop, and then it ended up slamming into one of ours. For some reason it keeps zooming in when I hold the trigger. I don't know why. Right, we're going to capture this. I don't know why it keeps doing that. It's starting to irritate me a little bit, but I'm hoping this will just about reach. Okay, managed to neutralise it, didn't take it. I think I'll go back to the Stormtrooper. I must say I don't particularly like... I don't mind the armour of the Stormtrooper, I do prefer the Clone Trooper armour. Sort of reminds me more of a soldier, whereas this sort of... It just looks like it's meant to intimidate, like... well, which is good. I mean, intimidating your enemies is a good thing, but it kind of reminds me more of, it's hard to put my finger on it, but it seems like once, you know, in the original trilogy, the stormtroopers are used as more of a paramilitary type, or maybe that's the wrong word, but like, not for actual combat. I mean, in the original trilogy, the only combat they see is, like, I think Battle of Hoth and Endor, and I seem to remember they lost one of those against a bunch of teddy bears, and that was meant to be the most elite group of them. Like you would, whereas the clone troopers fight against millions of droids and generally win.
If you need some extra firepower, we've managed to sneak a tank for you at the
I've
embassy
got a
command
tank.
post.
Oh, should have slowed down a bit. Oh, they've got a tank, so. Right, we're going to take out this tank. Also, just something to talk about while we're waiting to take this command post. I was reading again the author's cut of the Essential Guide to Warfare, which you know, I've talked about quite a lot in some of the other videos. You know, because they give little glimpses into lore that, or canon, that you wouldn't usually get. But they were talking about I forget his name, Panaka. He was in the first film. He was one of the security guards, and he was from Naboo, so obviously kind of fit in here. And well, basically, it turns out he joined the Empire after the fall of the Jedi and rise of the Empire. And basically, in the scene, like right, destroy all the turrets. But yeah, in the scene, Leia's gone to negotiate with him because he knew her mother, so she assumes he'll just sort of, you know, agree with her point of view, agree with the rebellion, and sort of surrender. But it turns out he actually kind of hated, well, he doesn't hate her mother, but he's like sort of giving his view on how she acted as a queen and all that. But he'd end up kind of agreeing with some of his stuff, or like, it's basically the Queen became defeat the Royal Guard. Yeah, the Queen became Queen, and the first thing she did was get rid of their military rearmament program, and then cancel a contract with the Trade Federation, which was bad because they were threatening to invade anyone who did that. And she just got rid of their, well, she hadn't got rid of their army, but she just got rid of the upgrade program for it. And like, predictably enough, they got invaded quite badly, and you know, they barely got their planet back. But the Panaka, he was a bit annoyed because he'd set up all these resistant groups, and she was just wanting to rely on the Jedi Order and the Republic to free the planet. Anyway, like, so they've managed to, been killed quite quickly. They've managed to liberate the planet, as we saw episode 1. But the first thing she does afterwards is apparently try and get rid of anyone who's in favour of rearmament, which seems rather silly after your planet's just been invaded. But anyway, and then he sort of starts having a go at her for some of the stuff that you see in episode 2, like she's against the creation of a clone army, while the Separatists are building a clone army. Which, again, we know in the films that the clone army ends up getting rid of, you know, being the reason for the fall of the Republic, but from these point of view, it was just, you know, to help protect the Republic, you know, stop them suffering the same fate as Naboo. He gets quite angry against her. I think he says she's in favour of appeasement, favour of peace, but she practices appeasement, and basically that leads to billions dying. Which I can see the point. I mean, if they'd had a standing army in the first place, like the Republic, they wouldn't have needed to have the clones. They wouldn't have had Order 66.
With the Queen eliminated, Naboo quickly fell in line. It was the first time the 501st was called upon to adjust a planet's government. But it wouldn't be the last. Within months, the 501st gained a well-deserved reputation as Vader's fist.
Well, mission success. But yeah, quickly finish before I go on to the next bit. So yeah, stats here. Where was I? Oh yeah, he kind of having a go at for being appeasement. I mean, we know the Empire's bad, like most of the top people, the Emperor, Darth Vader. But the people at the bottom, like the Panaka, I think he becomes a moth or something. Like he kind of raises a good point that, you know, Naboo under the Empire hasn't actually been invaded. It is generally safe. I mean, you got this bit here, but like, under the Republic, they, you know, everything was all going to hell and everyone was being invaded. Like, I mean, obviously we know from the movies why he ended up being invaded, because the guy who runs the Empire is trying to start a war, and he does. But yeah, I suppose you could see why some might sympathise with the Empire over the rebellion. I think he actually has a go at Leia, because yeah, he sees the rebellion as sort of bringing anarchy and, you know, lawlessness to the galaxy, like, while the Empire generally kept things under control, which, to be fair, they only did by doing really bad things. I mean, we've just seen what they did in Naboo, just killed all the security guards and Jedi just because she started doing some stuff the Empire didn't like. Right, the next mission, I wasn't meant to talk about that so long. Mustafar, preventive measures. Separatist threat is stirring again, lingers in orbit over Mustafar. Guys of Delso, fugitive from the Clone Wars, reactivate the battle droid army in Mustafar system.
Although the Clone Wars were over, some people never seemed to get the message. The worst case of denial was Gizor Delso, a Geonosian separatist who'd somehow escaped Lord Vader's efforts to wipe out the remnants of the CIS. Lord Vader tracked him to Mustafar and brought us in to finish the job. It seemed like a simple enough mission, but when we saw the fleet of droid ships hovering over the planet, we suddenly realized that Delso's denial mechanisms were a little more dangerous than we'd imagined.
So basically we've got a load of droids. Now I'm going to go as an Imperial Marine, and you might be wondering why. When we walk through this door...
The droids have landed on our ship. We can't launch our fighters.
Calm down.
Yes, that is a... There's only 5 droids, 6 droids, 7 droids. Yeah, basically you're going to end up with a lot of droids. I actually watched a Let's Play of this once, and I think the person could barely get through the hangar doors without being gunned down instantly. Obviously they're still not advanced, since they can't really shoot us properly, but... Try and get some grenades in here. But we're doing a bit of damage. Not as much with the rockets, but... Right, reload the rockets. A lot of explosions. Generally not something you want happening on a spaceship. Come on. No. No. Close. Come on. What's the... Yes, we got it.
All engineers, report to the hangar area.
All right, men. Now get into your fighters and give those droids all you've got.
Oh, I couldn't really survive that amount of grenades.
Watch out for the asteroids, pilots. They're easy to destroy, but that doesn't mean they aren't dangerous.
Right, getting in a bomber, and we got the TIE bombers and fighters now. Kind of a shame, because I kind of like the V-Wings and the ARC. I don't really like the Jedi Interceptor that much. What was the objective in? Oh, it was to destroy fighters. Okay, can still do that. But from what I understand, like the TIE fighters and all that aren't actually that good. Well, I think it was something to do with the lessons from the Clone Wars. I'm trying to find the right button. Basically, some of the most successful fighters were the light fighters, like the Jedi Interceptor. So they basically started focusing on Jedi Interceptors. Which, okay, you might think that makes sense if they were the most successful ones. But the reason the Jedi Interceptors and light ships were so successful was, well, because they were Jedi, they could use it the ones piloting them were Jedi, so they could use them quite successfully, while the heavy fighters, while not as successful, were, you know, they were used by clones, and they didn't do badly, they just didn't do as well. So the Empire, from what I mean, I could be wrong, I'm sure I've read this somewhere, but the Empire focused on the light fighters, put them in the hands of TIE fighter pilots, and obviously they didn't do as well. I mean, you see in the films, the rebels use the heavy fighters like the Y-wing, the X-wing, while the Empire use the TIE fighters and generally, you know, lose. I mean, because the Rebels, they've got like warp drive or hyperdrive, I'm not sure what they call it in this, but you know, so they can strike wherever on their own. Whereas the TIE fighters, they have to be near a ship. I'm not even sure if these have life support. I'm sure it mentioned somewhere on the author's cut that they don't even have life support on these. Something like they have to rely solely on their suits, and I could be wrong. I'll try and look it up again. But also one of the reasons like they use the light fighters and all that. Because well, again from the author's cut, when they had clones, they were kind of used to losing a lot of people. I mean, because if you needed another one, you just not another clone, you could just regrow them. Whereas obviously they moved away from clones, which we'll find out about later. And well, it's obviously harder to replace an enlist person than a clone. I mean, you could conscript people, but they're not going to be exactly the most willing pilots and soldiers. Like, especially against clones who are bred to fight and all that.
Vader's just issued a new order. He wants someone to land in the enemy's hangar, steal one of their strike bombers, and return it to our hangar.
Okay.
Get moving, pilots.
Why do we need a separatist fighter? Bomber?
Engaging pursuit fighters. Attention, clear the hangar area. Repeat, clear the hangar area.
Right. Now let's get out of here. Oh, what the hell? Someone launch a missile inside the hangar? Well, I'm going to do one bomb run. Oh, that could have gone extremely bad. Well, maybe just destroy the bridge quick. I mean, it's basically dead anyway. Yeah, we've done it. Yeah. I feel like I've done something with it. Oh, no, that was not the button I wanted to press. That could have gone extremely wrong. Didn't go wrong, but could have. I don't know if there's differences between the Xbox and the PC version of this game, because I'm sure I had to destroy these in the Xbox version. Oh, maybe I'm just remembering wrong. Might as well just finish it off now. Yeah, that one's dead. Getting a little disorientated. There we go, round here.
Attention, all second stage pilots on deck.
Right, landed it.
Pilots. Lord Vader will be most pleased.
Very quick, simple mission. Not entirely sure why we needed to get that bomber at the end. Maybe they were trying to tie it into General Grievous or something. Like, it's his bomber and they've reacquired it or something.
The slight whiff of nostalgia the 501st had enjoyed fighting the droid fleet over Mustafar had already grown sour by the time we'd established orbital positions. Now it was time to find out what this was all about.
So we did quite well. Tank buster, killing spree, public enemy, Deadeye. Yeah, we did pretty damn well in that mission. So on to the next one, which I seem to remember hating quite a lot. Now I need to save this. Save, and yes. Mustafar, tying up loose ends. The Geonosian insurrection must be destroyed, along with insurrectionists must be destroyed, along with his droids and facilities. Geisel also has built prototypes of a new battle droid in the hopes of resurrecting the CIS army. And we need to blow it all up.
By the time we'd made our way to the molten surface of Mustafar, it was apparent that Delso had been a busy little bug. All by his lonesome, he'd found a previously hidden droid factory, fired it up and cranked out his own private army of battle droids. Needless to say, this got the men of the 501st a little hot under the helmet, and not just because of all that lava. Truth be told, we'd all had our fill of those gearheads during the war, and we couldn't stomach the thought of going through another one. So we blew them up. Blew up the droids, blew up the factory. Damn near blew up the planet.
Right, so we're going against droids.
Alright, troops. Today we stamp out final remnants of the CIS. Eventually
Oh,
we'll be
got
blowing
that
up a hidden
door.
droid factory. But for now, We need to infiltrate and secure that nearby mining facility. Move them out. Take
Now,
control
the good thing
of the
about
lava
these
observation.
open bits, I can throw grenades in there to somewhat suppress the enemy. Oh Jesus, what the hell? I don't remember them being that tough in the Camp Republic bit of the campaign. He just launched like 4 rockets at me in a few seconds.
Take out the droids.
Oh great, not another one. Oh, he went down a bit easier. Can I go through here? No. So we're fighting against droids. Well, I was going to say the first mission where you fight against droids, but we already did that in the last one. We didn't really fight droids. I mean, we fought fighters and all that, but we didn't actually. I don't really remember actually shooting any droids. I mean, barely saw them in the actual mission. Apart from that bit at the beginning. Even then, I don't think. Yeah, we didn't really fight them. I was just shooting rockets at a dropship. Right. Those rockets are really starting to irritate me. Especially since we spawned all the way back here. Well, we've lost half our men already, and you know, the droids don't have any tickets to worry about. Oh, well done. Right, thank you for distracting him, engineer. Oh, not another one. Right, I have no idea what. There you are. Right, I've neutralised it. Right, come on. We can do this. Yes, just about. Yes, we've got reinforcements in here.
Control of the walkway.
Only 10 tickets extra. Oh, I was hoping for something more, like, really.
Keep moving.
Sniper spotted at 2 o'clock.
Oh, not another one of these. Oh, my. That really was my fault that time. Sort of just walked into him, well, into the rocket. Now, one of our stormtroopers is already there. Oh, he took the grenade. Oh, it bounced off him. Just throw everything I have at the back. Then I'll kill the ones at the front. Oh, no, that was not a good time to need to reload. But we took it.
That collection base looks like a good place to make a stand. Capture it.
Right, oh, not. Oh, good rocket shot. Oh, I'm just gonna run straight past him. Yeah, I think I may run. Right, take out anything that doesn't respawn. Auto turrets. Or stuff like that. Just let the AI ignore me for a few seconds. Definitely welcome if they ignore me. Oh, you can see it quickly went a bit inaccurate after a bit of prolonged fire there. Oh, I thought that was a health kit. Ah, damn it. Hoping to replenish some of my health, but it obviously didn't go that well. Doing a lot better than we were earlier. I mean, we only had like 20 tickets earlier. Right, we've got about 55 now. We haven't got such a long time to respawn and get to the, you know, run all the way back here. Right, got both. Oh, another one. I'm not even sure. I have to admit, I'm not entirely sure what the guy who's building these droids is hoping to achieve. I mean, kind of a sort of the same thing as the Naboo mission as well. I mean, we went in there because they wanted to explore military options. Here he's built an army. I mean, did neither of the people in these missions think, you know, not stop to think how one planet's going to take on a whole empire? I mean, even the rebellion, I mean, I'm sure they had quite a few planets, or at least supporting quite a few planets. I don't think they just had one. I don't think it just started off with one planet hoping to take on the whole empire. But, yeah, I suppose it's not good to think too much into these things. Oh, we actually... Wow, that was actually a lot better than I expected.
Any droid we don't destroy
Wasn't
today
hoping to
will
get
come
him.
back to haunt
I
us
mean, wasn't
tomorrow.
expecting to get him.
Wipe them out. These Geonosians have been working on a new Confederate infantry prototype. Destroy the schematics before they can use them to build a new droid army.
Looks like a normal battle droid. What, super battle droid? Oh dear. Arthur. Die. Right, I can do a little bit of damage with my assault rifle, blaster. Oh, better dodge the grenade. And the droid. Oh, they've got a sniper. He just blow himself up on his own grenade. Right, I need to get that ammo droid. Oh, my aim is awful. Yep, as I said, my aim is quite awful. But it was for that bit. Rocket Trooper. Oh, we've got the same thing we had with the Commander's chain gun. Right. Need to quickly get in, destroy the schematics. I don't know what the hell's shooting at us, is it? It must be an auto turret, but I can't see it. It's not shooting near me. I mean, it's not landing shots near me, so it obviously can't see me. It hasn't got a line of sight on me. Oh, right, more droids. Okay. Oh, I managed to destroy it. Now just to get the hell out of here.
Boys got killed bringing the other beacon. Go out and retrieve it.
Oh. Oh, no. Not through all these again. Please open. Conference room. Pretty sure. Yeah, I think this is where most of the droid, like, separatist leaders all die in the third film. Right. Run all the way back here. Grab a nice little backpack. I don't remember the clones having anywhere to keep their ammo, so I suppose this is more practical. Alright, come on. I assume this rocket's being kept in the back
To the
anyway.
collection base and watch the fireworks.
So, aren't we meant to kill guys or girls though?
Watch out for bugs.
It's raining bugs!
Kill them all!
Right. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Reload. Oh, damn it. Come on. Got 50 tickets. Rockets aren't exactly ideal, but it's the only thing I have. Gonna switch over to the Dark Trooper, because one I can, oh, wrong place. One I can jump, but two I have my electric gun, arc caster or whatever it's called. Oh, sorry about that. I sneezed and managed to put the bloody recording button. Right. Don't actually need to hit any. Well, I need to hit one of the bugs. Right. Spawn at the actual place this time. Oh god, they've gone through our reinforcements pretty quick. If we started off with 50, we've now got 23. So half have been wiped out. And I honestly don't know what his health is. It's not as low as I would like it to be. Right, I'm going in as a stormtrooper. Just a bog standard stormtrooper. I don't know how this guy can have so much health. I mean, it's not that bloody amazing, is it?
Geisel Delso has been defeated. Scratch one droid rebellion.
Oh, that was a fairly hard mission towards the end. Victory. Yes.
The destruction of the mining facility put an end to any thoughts of a second droid rebellion.
There's a lot
For
of
the first time in
lasers.
years, the man of the 501st could relax and get about the business of maintaining an empire, rather than building one.
So basically the Empire has risen completely at this point. What did we get? Killing Spree, Public Enemy, and Deadeye. Yeah, I'll save this time. Just before I go, a bit of a well, not a funny story, but I actually forgot to save the last time in the last episode, so I had to redo that mission again. So I'll save this time. I'll end the video here. Thank you for watching. Sorry if my throat's been a bit dodgy. Got a bit of a cold at the moment. Yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like the videos. Leave feedback. Can always do with more feedback. Like the videos if you like them. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.